Everyone, welcome to Just Press Play. My name is Plasma Archer,
Hunter.
and today we will be speaking about The Killing Joke.
Now, The Killing Joke was originally made by Alan Moore in 1988, but the film focuses on somewhat like of a prequel to this, and then, does its own thing. Tries to, anyway. So we'll be splitting the review up into two parts. First part being what leads into The Killing Joke, which is the relationship between Batman and Batgirl, or Barbara Gordon, played by Teresa Moore or something. Whatever. Teresa Moore.
Tara Strong.
Tara Strong, excuse me, I forget. I'm not very good with names. And the second part is between the Joker and Batman. So let's start off.
So the first part is basically a basis why Batgirl stopped being Batgirl in the story of The Killing Joke. So we see her and Batman having some sort of relationship where they're partners but they're not equals, and that sort of creates a
rift, or the rift between the dynamic, and this sort of relationship is very different from the comics. In the comics, Batgirl and Batman are they're equals, they're partners, and Batgirl sees Batman as a second father figure, or an idol, someone to look up to. And in this one, they change it into something much more dirty, nasty.
Let your minds take it from there.
Yeah, go be dirty somewhere else. So that's why this part was set the internet legitimately on fire, and so on and so forth. Next part is basically The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke, the story in it was not so good. You see, in the comics, there were three sort of stories of origin of who the Joker was. And in this, you're just given choice one, and that's it. There you go. There's your choice. There's the only backstory to the Joker. And in the Killing Joke, in the comics, it is much more interesting to see the psychological aspect of who the Joker is by giving him three backstories. And this sort of screws up the dynamic in the film. And you see that they could have gone with it just focusing on the Killing Joke instead of adding the first part. That's the first part of the film is considerably weak. To me, anyway.
It felt that there was not enough emotion in the film, at least in the film. In the comic books, you can tell that there is a lot of tension going on. But in the film, it felt that there was not enough of it. It felt different. It didn't feel exactly the same like it did in the comic.
In the animation, the animation helps bring the Killing Joke to life. There were times when I was enjoyed and engrossed into the film, but there were parts that I was like, why did it look like this? For example, there's a big scene where the Joker's trying to make Jim Gordon lose his mind, right? And the animation there is loony, it's crazy, right? But it didn't give you much of a bigger impact like it did in the actual comic book, which is why I want to say this movie's good, but it's not good in reality, because they try to do their own thing instead of trying to bring the Killing Joke to life and being true to it. This doesn't feel like a DC film like other DC animated films do, or the comic books. This feels like it was something that was rushed instead of thought thoroughly.
Yes, and a quick comment on the voice actor of the Joker, Mark Hamill. He came out of retirement just to voice Joker again in this film. And don't get me wrong, he's an excellent voice actor and he's an excellent Joker. However, there were a few flaws when it came to the film, or at least the Joker in this film.
He sounded tired.
Very tired. And it's understandable. I mean, Mark Hamill is getting older.
Really old. You should not be dead. Please don't die, man. Don't die. If we mention you on this, please don't die.
So, yeah, again, he's an excellent voice actor. However, as fans, we feel that more effort could have been put into it.
If you hear it, it sounds very different from when we was working on the Arkham Knight games. Or even on the new, what's it called? Justice League Now, or Action, or whatever. He sounds really tired and drained in this. And I swear to you, they could have just let him rest a little bit and popped him back in there. But this sort of tone in his voice, it somewhat pushes you out of being immersed in the film.
The Joker seemed less psychotic than usual.
That too. Like, when you think of the Joker, you think of an insane man with a flamethrower trying to, I don't know, write his name on the ground with it, right? Or someone setting you on fire just because he wants to see what's inside of you, or whether you'll turn into goop. So this is very different. This isn't the Joker you expect. And in The Killing Joke, you see more of an insanity in it, and you kind of don't see that much. So the Joker was somewhat of the weakest link in the film. And I gotta say that Gordon wasn't as good as I thought he would, or he should have been. Like, honestly, sorry to that voice actor or whoever loves Jimmy Gordon, but he felt like a pussy, and I'm sorry. Please don't kill me yet. I really like Jim Gordon as a character, but here you kind of don't feel sorry for him. You're like, you kind of don't care that much. Unlike when you read The Killing Joke, you feel sorry for him. You feel the trauma that he's seeing when his daughter's getting shot at, and Joker going nuts with the camera and saying, that's nasty. So I'm telling you, if you want an honest feel for The Killing Joke, don't watch the movie. Read the comic book. Enjoy yourself. Please. I beg you. Enjoy it. It's hard. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
So for now, we've covered the Joker and we've covered Gordon. Now to cover Batman. This Batman, well, I'd have to say, what are your thoughts on this Batman?
Here we go. Execution table. Here we go. All right, the Batman. When you see Batman, when you think Batman, you think of a badass, a man that gives, little to no shits. Here, though, it's very different. Like, you feel more like a down-to-earth Batman, which was straight out of the left field. I did not expect this Batman to come out of nowhere, you know? But there were parts, for example, when Batman's trying to speak to the Joker for the first time in the asylum, you kind of don't feel like this is natural tone Batman. It's weird. I know. I'm trying to explain it, but I'm sucking at explanations right now. It feels weird.
Well, the part with the asylum where he tried to interrogate Joker, I say quote unquote Joker.
If you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. You don't watch it, just wait.
But when he interrogated, again, quote unquote Joker, I have never seen him that
humanized in a way. Or
that not humanized.
Is it open-hearted or something? No, what's the right word? I don't know.
No, when he attacked, quote unquote Joker.
Oh yeah. But it was so weird though. Like when he was when Batman was trying to say, "I don't want this to end of one of us killing one another. I want to at least know that we talked it out." I'm like, this feels off. Like for some reason, it felt off for me. I don't know why. Like, I know it should be a very, not intimate scene, but a very, very, like trying to get you immersed, but it doesn't do that. It gets you like what is this? You know what I mean? Like, it pushes you out of the film, and you're like, what the hell am I looking at? This isn't like Batman. It doesn't feel like Batman. Batman wouldn't talk like this. That's what you would be thinking, if you know what I mean. but in a way, it sort of pulls you in at the same time because it makes you see what sort of the psychology inside the Batman as well. But there was the one gripe I have with it is how they edited the last scene when they were both Joker and Batman were laughing. The last person you hear is Batman. It should have been both of them synced, laughing, and to the end. But it was kind of forced. The laughing on Batman's part.
Yeah, you can actually hear that.
It was forced so much. It's like they were whipping Kevin Conroy saying, "Laugh for me." Pardon me, Kevin Conroy. Love you. Please don't kill me.
No, he doesn't. He made fun of you.
I'm sorry. It's just honest truth. All right. The tone of the film. It was very like unnerving the entire time. Like when you go in the flashbacks and going back to normal, the tone of the film was pretty darn dark, and you were like, "Whoa!" the entire time.
Well, when you're saying dark, I want to go to the part where Joker receives the sad news. Again, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The sad news. In the comic, you can read exactly what news he receives.
It hurts.
And it was pretty. I was like shocked when I read that part in the comics. However, in the film, the audio is not there. You know what's going on. You know what the Joker is being told, but you don't hear it. Had you heard that dialogue, it would have
giving you more of an impact.
Exactly.
That's the thing. The film, it's being undermined a little bit. Like, there's not enough impact to the viewer, and that's what makes this film sort of the weakest out of all the animated DC films and shows. The impact on the viewer is not there. Like, if you look at every other DC animated film, it's there. The impact is there.
Yeah, and in the movie, Joker, he seemed... what is the proper term I want to look for?
Unfocused, if you ask me.
Unfocused, yes, but also he had this look on his face that he didn't care that much.
Like he's
after what the cops told him.
Oh, he hit fuck it, basically. Oh, no, not fuck it. He's like he didn't know how to respond.
Exactly, and in the comic, you can actually tell that he's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, and in the movie, you kind of don't see that. You don't see the mental breakdown. You only see the mental breakdown once he's thrown into the vat or whatever green goop that shit was, and only then do you see that the Joker has the mental breakdown. He starts laughing. He starts losing it, and it's not as impactful again as it was in the comics, and that's why it's sort of a big in the balls. So, to the end, here we go, the review. Oh, here we go. As a critic, it scores low for me, and it's sad. It is one of the saddest moments in my viewing life of DC films. It hurts. It hurts.
Don't agonize too much.
I'm sorry, it hurts. It's a low 6. Like, the lowest I can give it is a low 6.
6.0, we're talking?
-2. It's low. But as a fan, even then, it's the same thing. I can't give it any more. It's a 6 -2. So, you know, my whatever, you know the word. It sucks right now. But I'm serious. This film was undermined, and I feel like it was completely and utterly rushed. If they had focused, I don't know how or what, if they had focused a little bit and given you the big kick in the balls that people needed to be versed into the film, it would have been great. But it's not. I hope they learn from this. That's all I'm saying. Please.
Yeah, we've all waited so long for a film about the Killing Joke, and we didn't get what we expected.
But I did enjoy it, though. Like,
there
were parts
enjoyable.
of action that was enjoyable, and like the first part, it was pretty damn good. Like
It
was
was.
pretty good. The second part, I did enjoy the part, like mostly how they started screw with Gordon. But some parts I wish they would have been more right in the bit, right in the kissing. But otherwise,
It's enjoyable.
it's enjoyable.
But if you are a hardcore Batman fan, you wouldn't like it so much.
We know people that cry or suffer because of this film.
But if you're a casual fan, then
someone find enjoyment in it. If you're a casual fan, you will enjoy The Killing Joke. Just go for the second part. Skip the in between a little bit. There you go. Skip the dirty scene. It's not as enticing as it should be. All right. So there you go, people. If you enjoy our little review of The Killing Joke, hit the like button. Kick the shit out of it. And if you don't like it, there's the door. I don't care. And if you want more, please subscribe and leave a comment down below. Adios.